My nigga, I'm glad you said this. I'm glad you have that position.
Let me get my composure. Let me get my composure. All right, I'm good. Speaking of which, let me debunk some more BS financial advice from Marcus Barney real quick, pertaining to selling authorized user trade lines as a side hustle. Selling trade lines isn't necessarily illegal. Some banks and credit card companies consider it a violation of their terms of service and may consider shutting down your account. And according to this article by Frank on Fraud, he says, most banks monitor for authorized user trade line abuse. Their risk or fraud department will flag any account where more than 4 to 6 authorized users have been added. 4 to 6. And our homeboy Him500 was talking about 10. This man's plotting on y'all downfall, bro.
That's a trade line on your credit report. So it's any account that reflects and shows on your credit report.
Okay. So there's like a hack where you can actually add people to trade line?
To adding people to your card as an authorized user. So now what happens is this, when it comes to authorized users, and yes, it's a lot of details to it that you have to understand, and like different applying when you're applying and, you know, getting different things and the benefits of them. Mm-hmm. But essentially what it is that if I got a credit card and I got 10 spaces available, I can add you onto my credit card as an authorized user.
But essentially what it is that if I got a credit card and I got 10 spaces available, I can add you onto my credit card as an authorized user.
And this is an authorized user trade line. If I add you on as an authorized user and I have 10 spots available, I charge you $650, right? Well, $650 times 10, that's $6,500. Mm-hmm. I'm only going to leave you on my card for 60 days. I never give you access. I set my account up in a way that you can't compromise me. Now I make $6,500 every 60 days off one credit card. End of the year, I make $40,000 off having a credit card, never going into debt, never actually using and spending the bank's money.
I've talked about selling trade lines because I do it myself and I make money from it and I believe in it. I think it's wonderful, but it's not without its downside. So now I do want to talk about the risks of selling trade lines. Biggest risk of selling trade lines is that the bank will shut down your credit card because they don't want you adding too many authorized users or because they believe that this practice violates their terms of service. So this has actually happened to me before. A bank did shut down one of my credit cards, and I believe the reason why they did that is that in this particular instance, I got greedy and I added too many authorized users to that particular card. I was adding like 3 or 4 a month, which in retrospect was just a dumb, greedy idea, okay? This amount of volume seems to have raised a red flag at the bank, and the bank canceled my card.
And I added too many authorized users to that particular card. I was adding like 3 or 4 a month, which in retrospect was just a dumb, greedy idea, okay? This amount of volume seems to have raised a red flag at the bank, and the bank canceled my card.
Nowadays, I only add up to 2 authorized users per card per month. I haven't had any trouble since I implemented that policy personally. Not to say I won't have trouble in the future, there's no guarantees with this, but if you start selling trade lines, I recommend that you stick to no more than 2 authorized users per card per month.
Now, this is the nuance that many financial strategists like Him500 do not speak about.
People lie, cheat, steal.
Disappoint.
Yeah, they're hypocrites. You know, they tell you what they think you want to hear. Now, I don't fall into that category.
This man advocated adding 10 people at once. The fuck? 10 people. Gina K. God forbid. God forbid.
It's an evil world we live in. But hey, I'm gonna keep living and loving life.
And that's to help other people build their credit, right?
Right. That's helping other people build and establish, because it comes to data points on a credit report. How many positive accounts do you have? What's your credit card utilization? All of these things go into consideration when applying and leveraging and using your credit. So when those things come into play, authorized users hit so many points because it gives you accounts, it gives you age history, it gives you utilization. So when your utilization, everything is right on your credit card, all of these things reflect on that person's credit report who purchases the authorized user. So now if I add 10 people as an authorized user, I charge them $650 a piece. I leave them on for 60 days. Well, that just gave me $6,500 every 60 days.
Yo, this is where he's capping, y'all, and I'm gonna hold him accountable. Pay attention to what just happened.
He's been plotting on your downfall. Financial strategist.
I'm a psychologist, nigga. You don't think I can read you? I'm a psychologist, nigga. You don't think I can read right through your phony ass?
As you can see, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high.
You like bad thing, looking like good girl. Told me you different, baby, no acting. Haven't you heard of karma? Haven't you heard at all? Bad thing, looking like centerfold. Told me you different, baby, no acting. Haven't you heard of karma?
No jokes, I'm coming through for you. Been a while since I first knew,
You perfect, no need to change. Only thing that I wish is there was two.